Hey there, welcome to my video. In today's episode, we'll be exploring the 6 common causes why your car hood won't close properly. If you've ever struggled with a hood that just won't latch, you've come to the right place. We'll dive into the potential culprits behind this issue, ranging from latch misalignment to worn-out components. So, let's get started. It's Max the Car Guy. Subscribe and let's get started. Causes. You need to take immediate action if your hood won't lock or close, and hopefully you'll have a better understanding of how the following problems can occur now that you are aware of all the different components and how they function. More importantly, hopefully you'll be more knowledgeable about how to identify each one and solve any issues that may arise. Misaligned hood catch. When you close the hood, the latch pieces on the hood and the engine bay must line up in order for the hood latch to function. When you attempt to close the hood, you will hear metal smacking against metal, but the latch will inexplicably not engage. Improper cable tension. The latch release cable's tension may become excessively loosened over time, in which case the hood latch won't lock. The hood won't close properly if someone attempts to adjust the issue to try and fix it and over-tightens it. When this occurs, the latch is always open and unable to properly close after being released because the cable release is constantly pushing against the spring. Damaged or rusted hood catch. A hood catch's actual metal can rust, and eventually the entire part can rust through, though this is pretty uncommon. If this occurs, it won't function as it should and you'll be able to raise the hood right away even if everything else is operating as it should. Broken or rusted springs. The latch's springs always keep the latch closed, and the only way to get the latch to open is to pull the cables that release the hood. However, if the springs are damaged or excessively rusted, they will never push to close the latch. This means that even though the hood opens when you pull the release cable to open it, the spring won't force it closed again. Lack of lubrication. Any metal parts in a hood latch assembly that become dry or corroded may catch and stop moving as freely as they should. The latch could be out of alignment because there is insufficient lubrication preventing the return spring from returning to its initial position. Accident damage. You might experience difficulties keeping your hood closed if the front end of your car recently experienced an accident. The issue is that your car may experience a variety of shifting or braking after an accident. Perhaps the hood or some of the engine bay has moved and needs to be adjusted. Maybe the force from the collision cracked a part of the hood latch. The hood won't work properly either way. We advise repairing any accident-related damage first. The hood's failure to properly close should then be understandable. How much will it cost to fix a car hood that won't close? Whether your car requires a new hood latch or hood release cable, you can typically anticipate paying a professional mechanic between $150 and $200 to fix the issue. It's important to keep in mind that if your vehicle requires both a new hood latch and a new hood release cable, you should be prepared to pay a professional mechanic between $250 and $400 to replace both components for you. A replacement hood latch typically costs around $100, with labor making up the remaining cost. In contrast, a replacement hood release cable typically costs around $60, with labor making up the remaining cost. This also means that you can save money on labor costs by replacing the parts yourself, as doing so will typically run you about $160. Even better, even if the bolts have some rust on them, replacing a new hood latch and a new hood release cable are 2 of the easier parts to do if you're not particularly mechanically inclined. Additionally, if you want to use aftermarket parts, you might even be able to reduce the overall replacement cost for both parts to under $100. These prices represent the cost of replacing these components, but you can save even more money if you can repair them. Sometimes all you need is a can of WD-40 to get everything working again, and in that case, the repair will only set you back about $5. Hope the information was useful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.